Hi, I'm Jenna from the Green Mountain Club. I spend my time talking to groups of kids just like you about hiking in Vermont. Did you know that there's a famous hiking trail right here in Vermont that runs all the way from Massachusetts to Canada? It's called the Long Trail, and it's almost 300 miles long. The Green Mountain Club built this trail over 100 years ago and still continues to take care of the trail today. Welcome to the Green Mountain Club's Visitor Center in Waterbury Center, Vermont. This is the club's headquarters where we keep our tools, plan our work on the trail, and talk to people who are interested in hiking. Let's go on inside and see what they're up to.
We have visitors from all over, a lot of visitors from throughout our state of Vermont and New England, and then we have visitors really from throughout the states and in various countries. We recently had some visitors from Switzerland and Israel.
Well, that's good to know. Okay.
But it's nice.
People come in, a lot of people who walk in to see us want to hike in our area here in northern Vermont, and so they ask about the best trails to do, trails that are good for kids or maybe fun to do with a dog, and they want to know sometimes what gear they should bring, and they would need directions to get to the trailhead, and then sometimes they want to know where to go eat lunch after their hike and things like that. So we try to help them get around our area and have a great time.
Hey, great. You set with those?
I am. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your hike. Thanks for stopping by. Can you tell us a bit about the trail's beginning and the history of the trail?
It actually was started in the mind of a teacher at Vermont Academy, a guy named James P. Taylor, and he wanted to see more hiking opportunities in Vermont because there were very few trails at that time. They were mostly old logging roads, and he liked to take his students from Vermont Academy out on wilderness adventures, and it was hard to do without trails. And so he got the idea one day on the side of Stratton Mountain, looking at his map, that because the mountains in Vermont all travel in the north-south direction, that he could create one continuous path with lots of side trails accessing it up and down the state to allow people everywhere to be able to get out and enjoy the mountains.
And so what is the Green Mountain Club and what is their role in the Long Trail?
James Taylor, after he came up with this idea for a long trail, he needed a way to actually take that idea from a piece of paper and turn it into reality. And so he went around the state and found people that liked his idea, both people that were politicians, people that were in business and had access to money and resources. And then he found woodsmen and people that actually could get out there and do the heavy lifting to actually chop this trail out of the wilderness, if you will, where it didn't already exist. And so back in 1910, he got these people together in Burlington to form the Green Mountain Club with the mission of making the Vermont mountains play a greater role in people's lives by constructing and maintaining the Long Trail and a series of overnight camps along the way.
How does the Green Mountain Club maintain the trail today?
The Green Mountain Club maintains the trail today through a combination of efforts between the headquarters here, where we have a small professional staff and a seasonal staff of people that we hire that work in the summer, caretakers at our lodges and camps, and our trail crew. And then also by hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that are the actual base of the trail maintenance. We have 14 different chapters of the Green Mountain Club, which we call sections, and each one has the responsibility of maintaining a piece of the Long Trail system. And so every spring, summer, and fall, this group of people get out there and they do the basic maintenance that helps keep the trail from disappearing back into the woods. They cut the trees that blow down across the trail, they paint the trail blazes, they help to keep the shelters clean, they check the signs, and they clean, and very importantly, they clean out the water bars along the way that help keep the trail from washing away in heavy rains.
The Green Mountain Club does a lot of education, talking to kids and groups about hiking and enjoying the trail and first aid and all sorts of aspects like that. I think the best way for kids to get involved with the Green Mountain Club is to go out and hike and enjoy the mountains, and to talk to their friends about the importance of the Green Mountain Club and making sure that the mountains are somewhere that everyone can enjoy and that we take care of them. We have a responsibility, you know, as Vermonters and non-Vermonters to do our best to make sure that the trails are really fun for everybody in 10 years from now, 100 years from now.
So why is the Long Trail so important?
I think the Long Trail is very important because it's the oldest long-distance hiking trail in all of America, and it's a great resource for people of all ages and abilities to get outdoors, learn about nature, hike and get some exercise, and have a great time with friends and family.
Vermont has a lot of different terrains. You'll go through one part that's all grass, and then all of a sudden you're in like alpine zone, and then you're in these really dense forests. It changes every day. Oh, it's so important to protect. It's an awesome opportunity. There's really not that much like this, like all the beauty that you go across every day in a trail.
It's amazing really how the Long Trail, in the couple hundred miles it stretches from Canada to Massachusetts, gives so many people the opportunity to go up and get into the mountains and see things they wouldn't see otherwise. It's a great resource that way. It's just a great opportunity for people to get outside and enjoy the outdoors. And I really love the history of it too. To imagine that someplace like Mansfield, 100 years ago, there were people up here just starting to build this trail. They didn't have chainsaws like we have today. They were out with axes and crosscut saws, and they just created this trail in a way that we would have a tough time doing today.
There's nowhere else really left in New England like the Long Trail. A place where you can put on a pair of hiking boots or shoes, put a backpack on, and just go out and walk for free in a relatively undeveloped place high in the mountains. There just aren't that many places like that left where you can really get away from the busyness of our modern society in the 21st century. So to get out, to get perspective, to remember what the land was like, you just can't find that anywhere else, and that's why the Long Trail is such a precious resource.
Thank you for taking the time to visit us here at the Green Mountain Club's Hiker Center. Now you know that you're never too far from a hiking adventure on the Long Trail. Feel free to stop in and visit us here in Waterbury Center, Vermont. You can ask us questions, and we can help you prepare for your next hike out on the trail. See you out there.